Yeah, they look at my baz. So I'm gonna keep coming back to this because this is something that happened a while ago, and it's still been bothering me. I keep relating it to things that have happened since then. Yeah. So Alex Jones gets sued for $1 billion for apparently misreporting something that happened as far as the Sandy Hook shooting. Now, from what I understand, he wasn't saying that was a hoax. He was expressing, I guess, an idea that someone brought across his table and said that this was their idea. Now, I'm not saying that it was. All I'm saying is I'm addressing what happened with Alex Jones, right? So he was perhaps misinformed by whatever news article he came across and addressed, and then he was sued $1 billion for it. Um, because somehow, for some reason, the prosecution and the judge thought that $1 billion is the damage cost that those people suffered $1 billion worth of damage. Now, no doubt, you can't really put a monetary value on life. Who's to say how much a person's life is worth? But $1 billion seems utterly ridiculous. And the fact of the matter was, they didn't do that necessarily to punish Alex Jones, but to set a record, right? That when you lie and you make things up, you can get sued for it. With that being said, all the people who are saying all this shit about Charlie Kirk, how come they're not being sued for $1 billion? Unless you have solid evidence, solid proof and evidence that the man was all these kinds of ists that you call them, racist and sexist and misogynist, all these things, you're lying about the man. You're defaming the man. You're shitting on his grave. And I think y'all should be sued as well. If Alex Jones could be sued for spreading misinformation, so should you guys. There's plenty of people who are coming out, people of color, people from the LGBT, who have said they work with this guy. At least a lot of his staff was LGBT. A lot of his staff is from Turning Point USA, um, people of color. I forget the brother's name. He's a black guy. He's gay, and shit, I forget his name. He's one of those talk those podcasters. But he expressed his own take on things. How he, I guess, interacted with Charlie Kirk. Just because someone doesn't agree with gay marriage, for instance, or doesn't agree with gay or LGBT for themselves, doesn't mean that they're anti it. Doesn't mean that they hate it. And I don't remember him saying anything that was misogynist. Um, if the argument is being pro-life makes them misogynist, I think being pro-choice makes people misogynist. I think being pro-trans makes people misogynist. I think there's nothing more misogynist than a man thinking that he could be a woman. There's nothing more misogynist than a man dressing up as a woman and stealing a woman's spot on a sports team. Or when he decides, you know what, I don't want to go to jail with men. I'm gonna say I'm a chick and end up in a prisons, in a women's prison, and then knock up a couple of women in there. Because all he gotta do is say it. He don't gotta put on a dress. You don't gotta go through the transition. He just gotta say I'm a woman. Identify as, you know what I mean? Those things are misogynist. All these claims that people are making, and they say it with such conviction, as if they know the man. And the weird part is, a good majority of them have never watched his videos. All they're getting is the back end. It's what the media puts out. They just take it and regurgitate it and assume that they know what they're talking about. And I don't know if it's rage bait. I don't know if they're doing it just to piss people off who are Charlie Kirk fans. But it makes you look ridiculous when you didn't really keep up with the man. I know people commenting on my page getting upset about my take on things, but I've been following the man. I watched the man for a very long time, and I can't say I've ever seen or heard him say or do anything that was racist, misogynist, or anything of the sort. He may have had his opinions, but it doesn't make the person hateful towards these different groups of people. No. So, with that being said, I hope that a prosecutor comes after you folks who are lying about the man and his death. It's disgusting. Y'all should know better. And the sad thing is, the majority of y'all who are doing it are people older than myself who should know better, who know right from wrong. Y'all should know better. I think all y'all should be taken to court. Every single one of you who lie about the man and his death should be taken to court. That Nazi rhetoric is fucked up. I'm not a Nazi. You see this hair? You see this skin? I'm not a Nazi. I'd have been hung. I'd have been burnt. I'd been put in the gas chamber. I look like a Jew. You see the nose? You see, I, I look like a Jew. I look like an Arab. I look like everything that's Middle Eastern. Anything that's Mediterranean. But apparently because I'm Republican or I follow Kirk, I'll be classified as a Nazi. As far as I'm concerned, that's defamation of character. Just saying. I feel like everyone should feel that way. Y'all are defaming us. There's so many people of color who apparently are Nazis. There's so many people of color who are apparently white supremacists. How the fuck does that work? My father's a black man. How the fuck am I, a Nazi? How the fuck am I a white supremacist with a black father? These things don't add up. You guys are defaming these people, this man. You're defaming people who are right-leaning. And you're losing more people that way because people who are on the left are now coming to realize this is not working. It's the same thing when Trump got elected. Trump got elected by a landslide victory because people on the left got tired of the shit that was happening on the left, and so they voted right. And so what little people you have left on the left, you're also pissing them off because they're like, there's some people are noticing this isn't right. We shouldn't be celebrating someone who got murdered. Like, that's horrible. Some people on the left actually have a conscience, and there's the extreme ones who don't know any better or just don't care. They just like to stir the pot. Y'all evil. I think y'all know you're evil. I think you guys I think y'all hate yourselves. And so you spew hatred out to others and call everyone else hatred because you hate yourselves. Because you don't know how to deal with yourselves. It explains why you don't know how to identify yourselves. You're not a man, you are a woman. You're not a woman, you're a man. You hate yourself. You don't even know who you are. Flag this YouTube if you want. I don't give a shit. The hateful rhetoric needs to stop, man. That's all we're getting from y'all is hateful shit. I feel so bad for his family. There's a teacher saying that there's some kid record the video of a teacher glorifying the death and then hoping that the same thing happens to Kirk's kids and his grandkids and all of that. How do you, as a grown man and an educator, preach to children that you hope this man's grandkids die and get killed as well? That's sickness. That is a sickness. That's horrible. Seriously, if there's a hell, y'all going right there, man. It's ugly. I can't wrap my mind around it. There's just things that don't compute with me. It's gonna sound silly. Things like BDSM. In my mind, I can never think of treating a woman as a submissive. I can never think about taking a paddle to her or a whip or anything like that. SA. I couldn't even stomach the idea of, I can't stomach thinking about it, let alone the action itself. Putting your hands on a person, like on a woman, beating a woman. These things I can't stomach. So how do you as a person stomach teaching kids that it's okay to wish death upon someone's grandkids? How do you stomach that as a human, as a person? But it's people on the right who are hateful. What right-wing podcast, when have you ever heard Kirk wish death upon anyone or anyone's kids? Yeah, he had a